into a rhythm or a flow. But Zahid's one of those guys. He can score on you when he's fresh. He can score on you when he's tired. He's hard to just snap, go behind. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. I definitely think it's going to be closer than the last one, but I'm unsure of how Dake's going to be able to penetrate his defense and slow down his offense.
Underway, 86 kilograms, match number 2. Zahid Valencia in the blue, Kyle Dake in the red. We saw Zahid set a physical tone early in match number 1. Heavy hands to a go behind. Got on the board early. Tight ties from Kyle Dake. Is that a good position for Kyle to operate out of?
Yeah, good push, right? He's got good tactics right now. Notice, watch when they attach.
Whoop. Nice shot, head outside. 2 and maybe 2 more. Let's see. Nope, nothing on the exposure. Zahid not done. There's 2 on the lace. Zahid Valencia up 4-0, just like that. Could he get more? Dake trying to get his ankles separated, trying to defend, can't give up anymore, and doesn't. 4-0 Zahid.
Man, Zahid spent a lot of energy in that exchange, which would favor Kyle, but Zahid's just big, strong, and fast. He's hard to slow down. And again, in the first period, to a takedown, right to a turn. Same thing we saw in the US Open, and he's right back to it. Big lead, 4-0.
And I'm not sure what happened there, but it's like Zahid owned whatever went on, and now back to action. 4:42 left in the match, 1:40 in the first period. And for Kyle Dake, his style is tough to run down these big leads, 2-2. We see he can get close. Zahid Valencia, such a difficult challenge. We see Kyle paw at that low-level shot. Single leg now, over, under on this front headlock. Now he gets to double unders, trying to pick him up.
Well, we know Kyle for being explosive and powerful. All of those elements of his wrestling are negated when he's up a weight class. Zahid, just a bigger frame, a little bit bigger body, about a head taller. Right, he's been comfortably at this weight class and above at 92 kilos for the bulk of his career. And so, you know, you got to start to wonder after this last year, gotten close with Carter Sarachi with almost giving up a late takedown at the trials, lost in the finals of the US Open, potentially could lose 2 here. Was he considered going back to 79 moving forwards, maybe a more appropriate weight class for his size?
A lot to consider for Kyle, but still a lot of wrestling to be done. 30 seconds left in this first period. I think people could have theorized Zahid having a neutral advantage. I don't think many people would have thought he'd be able to get turns in 2 out of their 3 matches. Nice snap there by Zahid Valencia. And now just 6 seconds to go. That's gonna do it for the first period. 4-0 for Zahid Valencia. Kyle Dake's back against the wall in a major way. He's gonna have to change his approach here in the second period, Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely. He hasn't really taken many shots, many committed attacks. I think he's got to abandon the fatigue route. Zahid's not going to get tired. He's not going to be able to throw him. He's going to have to get to leg attacks and just try to stay connected, create wrestling positions, and give himself opportunities. Problem is, when you start to wrestle frantically, you also get tired, right? So we got to see where both of these guys' gas tank is. 4-0 is a commanding lead right now against a guy like Zahid. He doesn't give up many points.
Certainly a double-edged sword when you increase that output, as we are now underway in this second period. Hard right club from Zahid Valencia. He says, did you see that? Dake paws at the face from Zahid Valencia. Zahid trying to reach for that right-handed collar. Club and sweep, looking for it. shot from Kyle Dake, but now working short offense. That same position Zahid was able to score from earlier.
You go shoulder push, elbow slam, runs back opposite side.
Back to action we go, 2:30 left. We're getting a lot of hands to the face action.
Folks.
2:23 to go. Nice shot by Zahid Valencia. He's got both ankles. Tough spot here for even Kyle Dake. He's gonna try to chest wrap. And now Zahid circles one way net, then the other. Still no two here for Zahid Valencia. And I wonder if Zahid just hangs out here, doesn't work for the finish, and they'll blow him up.
Man, that's anyone else in that position is dead to rights. That's a takedown all day, but you've got to pop your head. Similar position as Starachi just a few weeks ago in the finals of the World Team Trials with that last-second missed takedown. You know, that's Kyle's forte. He's allowed guys to get into his legs. He's able to absorb the contact and then disperse energy elsewhere. We've used to seeing him take guys over top for four-pointers, but they're able to just kind of hang tight, be enough of a threat to get a stalemate.
And how much of that was Zahid showing a little bit of caution in that position? Now I don't need to force the issue up 4 points.
Yeah, you don't need it. I think the best you could do in that sequence is 2-2. At worst, 2-0.
Single leg, Zahid Valencia. Once again, it looks like he's holding on for the stalemate here. Kyle Dake just pushing at the knees, trying to get the legs back. No real attempt to counter score there from Kyle. Minute 16 to go. The seconds are ticking away for Kyle Dake here. And the ref says, keep wrestling.
It's hard. It's hard. This is a hard game. You know, I'm watching Kyle here, and as I watch him, you know,
and a caution and one offered, white paddled.
Well, we got one white.
He gave
confirmed.
one, but he went white paddle. Had to be unanimous. So still 4-0, no change there. Final minute. Shot from Kyle Dake, defended by Zahid Valencia. Another shot. Wizard, now the body lock here for Kyle Dake. Can he come up with it? Hard Wizard down here. They're gonna say grounded. No points for Kyle Dake. 4-0, 44 seconds to go.
That's a big sequence right there. That's one that you needed. You had him up, you had the body lock. That's a premier position for you, and you're unable to get any points out of that sequence. Savvy, mat, and edge wrestling by Zahid. I'll tell you what, if he gets driven out of bounds here again, he might give up a caution.
Stop it, but
white paddle.
No points now. Final 30 seconds. And there's a nice high crotch attempt, not there. Zahid hangs out on his knees. The ref says you gotta come up. And now Dake trying to run around. Can he find it? Going one way then the other is Kyle Dake, but Zahid Valencia is so good at defending from his knees, Jordan. Now jumping over, but not there. 7 seconds to go, Jordan. It's all but over here for Zahid Valencia.
I don't know if I've ever seen Kyle be neutralized like we saw here today. Zahid just looked like the more savvy competitor throughout the entirety of this day.
It'll be a caution and one with 1 second to go. Making it 4-1 for Zahid Valencia, who's gonna go down, but with just 1 second remaining, that's gonna do it for this match, Jordan. And that is it in 2 straight. Zahid Valencia gets it done, taking out Kyle Dake.
And he looked good. He looked good doing it. You know, I think the goal here for him was to come out and prove that it wasn't a fluke in the US Open final. When we saw Kyle Dake move up to 86, everyone automatically assumed that he'd be the guy. Zahid moved down, Kyle moved up, and he proved that, hey, I'm a little bit younger, a little bit bigger.